Weekend Edition. I'm Isa Baza. Glad you could join us. A congressional representative from American Samoa is urging opponents of a controversial firing range at North Westfield to work out their differences with the U.S. military. Delegate Amata Wagon says she's met with the Defense Department officials on the controversy and is supportive of their efforts. Nestor Lecanto reports.
Congresswoman Ratu says she was here in April for a tour of Northwest Field in Ratidian, the site of the live-fire training range. To the environmental groups and original landowners of Letexan who oppose the facility,
I think they need to work together with the military because the two sides are not reading the tea leaves the same way.
In fact, she says the two sides are far away in their understanding of what can and can't be done by the military.
I do think that once they find out what the Marines have in mind, and that every realistic step has been taken to take the cultural and the other things into consideration.
Opponents of the range remain strongly against construction of the facility and may get a reprieve, as Guam's State Historic Preservation Officer Linda Uggan said in a recent legislative informational briefing that she is drafting a letter to a federal advisory council seeking a pause to the project because she has received substantial new information and reports that require additional review. Meanwhile, Ratu, who herself is a representative of a small, remote American territory, seems to favor the Marines' need for a training range.
We all live on these little pieces of islands, little parcels in the South Pacific, and when you live on the lip of a crater of a volcano, this is what it is. But I do think that the people who are protesting, they need to work together, because I'm really very impressed with what the military has set up.
We have not been able to reach State Historic Preservation Officer Uggan to confirm whether she's completed and sent the letter seeking a pause in the firing range project. For Guam's News Network, I'm Nestor Lecanto.
Thanks, Nestor. Imagine needing to call 911 but not being able to access a cell phone because of the inability to see and hear. That problem has affected thousands of individuals across the nation, leading to a new program in Guam that helps residents access the technology needed to effectively communicate with loved ones and first responders. Here's more on the ICANN Connect program.
Free technology and free training to help individuals with hearing and vision loss effectively communicate with those around them. That's the basis of the federally funded ICANN Connect program, which launched in Guam in July. Regional Representative for the Helen Keller National Center for the Southwest Region, Kathy Kirscher.
About 7 years ago, a group of young 20-something-year-old people with combined hearing vision loss went to Washington, D.C. in a small group. And they basically met with the FCC administration, and I'm going to simplify the story by saying that basically they said we can't call 911.
To address the issue, the FCC created the ICANN Connect program on a trial basis.
They provided $10 million a year. The last 5 years it's been what they call a pilot project stateside. Now it's a permanent program, and yay, we got Guam in.
The program offers individuals with both hearing and vision loss access to technology for smartphones that would otherwise cost anywhere from $1,200 to $7,000. Guam Department of Integrated Services for Individuals with Disabilities Director Ben Servino.
Our role is to ensure again that these types of programs are available for our constituents. As she said earlier, Guam was left out, and we provided a letter of support to ensure that again the federal government doesn't neglect the islands.
To learn more about the program, you can contact DISID, the Guam System for Assistive Technology, or visit icanconnect.org.
And I will tell you that Helen Keller, the person Helen Keller, was asked often what was more difficult for her hearing or her vision loss. And what she used to say was her vision loss cut her off from the world of things, but her hearing loss cut her off from the world of people. And so I think this opportunity gets people back connected with the world of communication.
With a continual teacher shortage, could distance learning education bring more qualified instructors into the classrooms? Here's more on an idea being considered by the Guam Education Board.
I see that the quality of education in the high school level is not where it needs to be.
Southern High School teacher Jennifer Berry spoke out before Guam Education Board members this week, concerned about the lack of certified teachers in the classrooms, especially those specializing in math and science.
A lot of our teachers in the high school are temporary or emergency certified. That means they're not specialists in their field. And our students, every year we talk about raising the scores in testings, but if we're taught, they're taught by untrained. In the sense, they may be trained in the teaching, but they're not specialists in mathematics or science or whatever field.
In light of the shortage of qualified teachers, Berry urged the board to consider pursuing distance learning opportunities for the public school system.
So our students are still getting a quality education without, having a physical teacher that's skilled in that area.
Superintendent John Fernandez acknowledged that finding and keeping certified teachers has been a challenge not only in Guam, but in districts throughout the nation that have faced a teacher shortage. He said more work needs to be done on the department's end to recruit, develop, and retain educators.
As well as looking at online and distance learning opportunities. So, as working with the board and with our management team, I think what we need to do next is really kind of assemble some working groups, but really define what those working groups are, so they're digestible pieces that we can start to make progress on.
According to the latest statistics available from the National Center for Education Statistics, there were over 1.3 million high school students enrolled in distance education courses in 2009 to 2010, with the number of students growing year after year.
Guam's lawmakers are headed back into session on Monday. The Committee on Rules has laid out their agenda up for discussion on session floor. Bill 111, which deals with the transition of the Guam Solid Waste Authority out of federal receivership. Noticeably missing from the agenda, though, Resolution 294, the recommendations and findings from the Legislative Ethics Committee. On Monday, the committee forwarded the decision to the body, which found that Senator Jim Espeldon should have been aware of the conflicts of interest with his staffer Phil Roberto and General Pacific Services Marianas in a botched general deal with the Commonwealth Utilities Corporation. The body must now decide Espeldon's fate within the legislature and decide if he should be stripped of his leadership positions, including his title as Minority Whip. According to Speaker B.J. Cruz's office, they are working with the Legislative Legal Counsel to decide how to move forward accordingly. A bill that would create an entirely new agency for the Office of Technology has been introduced. Bill 168, introduced by Senator Tommy Morrison, states when the office was created, it was temporarily placed under the Department of Administration instead of being given more autonomy.
There's no reason why our people shouldn't be able to interact very, very easily from the comfort of their homes.
Morrison says GovGuam also needs to hone in cybersecurity to prevent any sort of breach. He recognizes there are many different information technology platforms out there, but that it's necessary for GovGuam to be on one specific and centralized platform. The island's second charter school, Island Academy, had a smooth start to the school year. Guam Charter Schools Council Chairwoman Amanda Blas met with school administrators Wednesday morning.
We got an update about their facilities, their enrollment, how their school year has gone so far. I think it went fairly well.
School Director of Curriculum and Instruction Rachel Alquero says student enrollment is up to 497 students.
Expanding our campus to a permanent facility. Right now we're looking at building near our current location at the Ukuru Village, but there aren't any solid plans just yet.
The charter school has also expressed interest in pursuing a satellite location down south in the future. Island Academy first opened in 2015 and uses a technology-based curriculum. The response effort following an active case of TB discovered at the Guam Memorial Hospital nursery last month is continuing at the Department of Public Health. Contacts currently being treated are reminded they can call their infant's primary physician or the Northern Region Community Health Center for medication refills and should do so before the medication runs out. Follow-up appointments should also be set up to monitor TB symptoms before a skin test is scheduled at 6 months of age. Meanwhile, dozens of possible contacts still need to be screened for the disease. To verify if your baby was identified as a TB contact and to schedule screening, call 735-7131. Islanders giving back. 16 boxes will be sent off to Houston residents with ties to the Marianas, affected by Hurricane Harvey in Houston. CNMI Representative Edwin Propp says there are many in Houston that are from the Commonwealth and Guam, and some are part of the Houston Association of Mariana Islands.
When we were hit by Typhoon Sodalor, their officers, there's about 4 of them that flew out, 4 or 5 of them that flew from Houston to the CNMI after a couple of weeks, and they brought with them United, a bunch of cargo that was canned goods and mosquito nets and all kinds of things for our people, and then we distributed it all. So they really did all this for us.
Propp says they want to return the kindness. Boxes were set up at local businesses and schools throughout Saipan with donations ranging from canned goods, instant ramen, toiletry, and hygiene products. The boxes will be sent either via United Cargo or USPS, with volunteers offering to pay for the shipments as well. Dusatani Guam Resort's Deverana Spa was named Best Luxury Hotel Spa in the 2017 Luxury Spa Awards. Dusatani management said the hotel is honored to have won 5 awards this year at locations throughout the globe, adding each location is committed to delivering spa treatments inspired by traditional Thai health and beauty practices. The World Luxury Spa Awards presents awards in 32 different categories on a country, regional, continent, and global basis. Stay tuned. Next on Weekend Edition, we'll rehash some of the big stories of the past week, and still to come, the Guam Crime Stoppers report.
There are more ways to experience KUAM News than any other source on Guam. Download the KUAM News app for your Apple or Android device for 24/7 news, sports, videos, weather, streaming of KUAM radio, and important news alerts. And stay connected at home with Guam's first app for Apple TV. All available now from the App Store.
When we face an uncertain path, when we struggle with life's challenges, and when the unexpected happens, it's a beautiful day. We rely on the people we trust, it's a beautiful, who we can always count on. And to the ones who give us the most care throughout the years. Rely on Calvo's Select Care to give you the comfort and security you need wherever you are. Calvo's Select Care, health care that's always there for you.
At IT&E and get double data on the network that gives you more.
Advances in technique and medications used to prevent dental pain have shattered the myth that a dental visit is something to fear. Even the dreaded root canal or wisdom tooth extraction. Swabbing or spraying a topical numbing agent on before the injection, and using different techniques and anesthetics can create a relatively comfortable or pain-free injection. Injections are often the most feared procedure. Some patients don't like the sounds or the vibrations of decay removal. If you're still nervous or you gag easy, despite these techniques, very safe oral medicines can be taken before your dental appointment to eliminate all fears, or some clinics use nitrous oxide gas. Pain relievers can easily be prescribed to eliminate mild to severe dental discomfort after any visit. For your Helpful Dental Minute, I'm Dr. Kenny Bourgeois of Paradise Smiles. We shall never know all the good that a simple smile can do.
The Cheers Guam series presents the largest wine event of the year, WineFest 2017. Enjoy an evening with over 150 wines from around the world on Friday, October 6th, as the Hyatt Regency Ballroom transforms into an international wine extravaganza. Doors open at 6:30 p.m. General admission tickets are $66 and are available at the Hyatt Deli and all 76 Circle K locations. Super premium tickets are $180 and are available at the Hyatt Deli. Purchase your tickets today. Must be 21 years or older to attend. Savor the wines of the world at WineFest 2017.
How's day and welcome back. This is Rehash, where we recap some of the big stories of the weekend. Some surprising news this week with Delta.
Yeah, Delta, which had merged with Northwest Airlines back in about 2008-2009, announced that it would no longer be flying the Japan-Guam route effective January 8 of next year. So that came as a big shock to a lot of folks. And of course, it's going to be a substantial impact to the local tourism industry. An estimated 100, maybe even 200,000 seats lost. So the Guam Visitors Bureau is scrambling now, as well as the administration and GITA and others in the tourism industry, to see how they can make up for that loss.
Well, I know DVB is going to be working hard on that. And another kind of shocking story from the legislature, Val.
Yeah, well, after 5 months, the Legislative Ethics Committee finally handed down their recommendation into the investigation for Senator Jim Espaldon. And so basically they are recommending that he is stripped of his leadership positions, including the minority whip. They're also trying to get him to retake a ethics course, including his staff, all on his dime. And essentially the Ethics Committee found that he should have known about any conflicts of interest with Phil Roberto, who is his staffer, and the GPSM botched generator deal. So that's the big news that was coming out of the legislature. So far, the legislature hasn't really come back with a decision on how they're going to move forward. They are supposed to take it to session. When that's going to happen, we don't know at this time.
And Chris, I know you covered another big turn of events at the court.
I've been covering simultaneous hearings and trials, but this was a big news out of the federal court, which was basically the federal court declared a mistrial in the case against former Gurr attorney Mark Smith and his co-defendant Glenn Wong. If you recall, we've been following this for months now. Smith, who was former Gurr legal counsel, was accused of concealing his conflict of interest as a Section 8 landlord. And so he's alleged to have transferred his properties to Wong, who in turn they shared bank accounts and other means of funneling that money back to Smith. And so at the center of the issue here, of this mistrial issue, is that Lujan also was a former Gurr legal counsel, and he too was a Section 8 landlord. So we're seeing a lot of parallels in the case. And so with the government and the prosecution both filed for mistrials. That was a really interesting turn of events. But the federal court actually decided on the government's motion for mistrial and basically saying that they need Lujan's story, Lujan's experience as a Gurr attorney to make their case against Mr. Smith. And so along with the mistrial that was declared, meaning we have to start all over again, a new set of jurors, but Mr. Lujan was also disqualified again. He was the biggest reason why the case has to start again. And so we'll see what happens next, but Mr. Lujan is very, very vocal about not wanting to testify against his client. Again, that's attorney-client privilege, so we'll see what happens with that.
Okay, well, another kind of case that's going to be stalled is the procurement for Simon Sanchez High School. Of course, this has been ongoing for years and years, and again on Monday, a protest was filed by Cortec International actually earlier this month, and so the procurement process was stayed before any bids were even submitted. And so we have tried to get a hold of that procurement protest, but we're told it's not a public document at this time, and there has been no decision yet. So we'll have to stay tuned to see what happens. But if the protest is denied, it could be appealed. If they agree that there's something wrong with the solicitation, it might have to start over again. So we'll see where that happens, or what happens with that story. And if you have any news tips for us, just email us at reporters@kuam.com.
It's Hyundai's Kick Off the Savings event going on now at Cars Plus and Mighty. Score big, save big with the all-new redesigned Hyundai Sonata Hybrid. Gain those extra yards with up to 45 miles per gallon highway and an introductory savings of $4,500. Or check out Guam's best offensive line, like a new Accent starting at $11,995 or the new Elantra starting at $16,995. How about the new Tucson starting at $19,995? Plus, every new Hyundai gets Guam's best warranty. It's Hyundai's Kick Off the Savings event at Cars Plus and Mighty. Cars Plus, driven by you.
The Down Syndrome Association of Guam exists to support families of individuals with Down syndrome. We're a group of parents who have children with Down syndrome and know the joys and challenges of raising them. For more information about the health, development, and education of a child or adult with Down syndrome, please contact Vicky Ariola at 472-6114.
The Cheers Guam Series presents the largest wine event of the year, WineFest 2017. Enjoy an evening with over 150 wines from around the world on Friday, October 6th, as the Hyatt Regency Ballroom transforms into an international wine extravaganza. Doors open at 6:30 p.m. General admission tickets are $66 and are available at the Hyatt Deli and all 76 Circle K locations. Super premium tickets are $180 and are available at the Hyatt Deli. Purchase your tickets today. Must be 21 years or older to attend. Savor the wines of the world at WineFest 2017.
The very hardworking men and women at the Guam Police Department want to help you keep our island safe, because remember, everybody, we are all in this together. My good friend, Officer Paul Tapao, Sergeant Paul Tapao. First of all, Paul, hey, congratulations on the promotion.
Thank you so much.
Very well deserved. Everybody on Guam knows you. They know how committed you are to keeping everybody safe, and how much you love doing your job, and how much you want to help make the community a better place to be. But you're one of many at GPD. Everybody there is fully committed to making Guam safe.
Yeah, absolutely. We can't thank everybody for their support with the Guam Police Department, the community, reaching out to the Guam Police Department, and of course our mission statement with the community-oriented policing, our Mandanya COPS initiative of being embedded into the community, our COPS strategic plan where the police is the public and the public is the police. And this is why it's important that we discuss this crime segment doing a service announcement for a particular tip.
Mm-hmm. And because, the police chief, he sat where you're sitting right now, and he told me, he goes, I could put a patrolman on every single street corner on Guam and it still wouldn't be enough. So we really need community input. And the new system that you guys have makes it possible for us to do it via an app.
Yes, we talked about the app, and we're reaching out. We just received information to the Crime Stoppers, and our detectives are reaching out to an individual who provided a crucial information regarding a crime. Now, this occurred on August 30th, and we need to establish a dialogue, and this is why we want to highlight our P3 tip system and our website, or on our website, which is the GuamCrimeStoppersWeb.com, and we're asking this individual, if you are watching, please, trust our system. You remain completely anonymous, and you can submit that same information and establish that dialogue, that two-way communication in which I can be the conduit between our detectives and, of course, the community or that tipster, and gaining more information relative to this critical case.
Mm-hmm. And again, you said the entire process, you not only guarantee the tipster's anonymity, but it's also completely secured, so nobody's going to be able just to, snatch that information literally over the air and, figure out who's sending it.
No, I have full control.
100% secured.
Absolutely. Anonymity, we take that to the highest extreme, and we respect it because of fear. And, when we highlight in the community outreaches why people don't want to report crimes, because of two factors. One is because they don't want to get involved, and two, is fear factor. So we know that this particular individual wants to give information, they just don't know how or the avenue to provide that information, and we know that they are probably afraid of what's going to happen to them, and that's why the Guam Crime Stoppers is reaching out to them to use our P3 tip mechanism. It's really simple. It's very, very easy, user-friendly. Just go online, guam.crimestoppersweb.com, and submit that tip online, and you'll see that it's going to take you to a portal where you can actually establish that dialogue with myself, and that all that information is going to be gained is going to be given to our detectives to help with this case. And that is the key element right there, is trust. So people know when they're sending a tip, they know you, they know who they're communicating with. Yeah, absolutely. You know, that's the whole purpose and design of the tip software, is to give that trust to that particular tipster, and to assure them that I'm going to be okay, and that's all it is. It's going to be okay. All right. Well, Sarge, we thank you very much. Thank you so much, and please, listen to the package and understand why we need to reach out to the community. Thank you again. All right. Thanks. Please stay tuned, everybody. We're back right after this.
Put $500 in your backpack during Nissan's Back to School Relief event. Purchase a new Nissan with payments starting as low as $76 per pay period and get $500 cash back. School supplies, uniforms, lunches, load it all up in a new Nissan, including the kids. With payments starting as low as $76 per pay period and with $500 cash back, you get an A+. For more back to school deals, go to NissanGuam.com or see your favorite sales associate at Nissan Upper Tumon.
Account at ITNE and get double data on the network that gives you more.
It's Hyundai's Kickoff the Savings event going on now at Cars Plus and Mighty. Score big, save big with the all-new redesigned Hyundai Sonata Hybrid. Gain those extra yards with up to 45 miles per gallon highway and an introductory savings of $4,500. Or check out Guam's best offensive line, like a new Accent starting at $11,995, or the new Elantra starting at $16,995. How about the new Tucson starting at $19,995? Plus, every new Hyundai gets Guam's best warranty. It's Hyundai's Kickoff the Savings event at Cars Plus and Mighty. Cars Plus, driven by you.
Been waiting for the best deals on a new car? Now is the time to buy during Triple J Auto Group's anniversary celebration going on in September. Get unbelievable deals on our full 2017 inventory of Hondas, Mazdas, Acuras, Fords, Kias, Lincolns, and Volvos. 0 down, 1.9% financing plus a $500 Kmart gift certificate. Check out deals like the Kia Sportage as low as $161 per paycheck, or the Mazda 6 or Honda Civic, both at only $169 per paycheck. Get pre-approved instantly at triplejguam.com. Trade-ins welcome. Some conditions apply. Triple J, 33 years of putting customers first.
And before we close out the news tonight, our latest round of birthday shout-outs from the Cold Stone Creamery Birthday Club. Happy birthday, Michael Moser. Happy birthday, Dad. Thanks for everything. We love you. From Mom, Teen, Cry, and Diva. Happy birthday, Alexis Isabella, from the entire family. Happy birthday, Ira Shane Charferis, 19th birthday, coming from Dad, Joan, your siblings, Nana, and Papa. Happy birthday, Phasia Marie Manabusan. Happy 24th birthday, blessings. Love you always, the family. And happy birthday, Dallas Kelton. Happy birthday from Mom, Dad. You make us very proud. We love you. Remember, you can be part of the Cold Stone Creamery Birthday Club by registering online on KUAM.com. Please make sure to include with your photo your name and birth date. That's all the time we have from all of us here at Guam's News Network. Thanks for watching and have a safe weekend.
Closed captioning is brought to you by ITNE Life in Motion.